If you were expecting an ordinary back to school month revisiting every issue, then you've come to the right place. Tonight, a two-part Flashback Friday talking about all the issues we have done. We're going to try to cover all of it in just 1 hour. That's part one. Part two, which I'll explain at the end of the broadcast. So, with that in mind, let's begin with our very first issue that we talked about throughout the times we've done back to school month throughout the 7 years of this broadcast. You know, one of the issues in class, which is one that especially teachers dislike, are students falling asleep. Whether it's falling asleep during lectures or classwork, you know, people have to admit it sometimes can get very difficult when your eyelids feel like 50 pounds and it's physically impossible to stay awake, but you have to try to stay awake in class because teachers deserve respect, especially in a classroom. Look. I know it's hard for all of us to get up in the morning, but teachers do it earlier than the schools, so there's just literally no excuse, as you're about to see. Take a look.
So with a Roth IRA, the money's going to be deposited in your account after taxes. Okay, so when you withdraw the money when you're 59 and a half years old, you won't have to pay taxes at that time. And see, if you note here on this bottom bullet point, there's this fantastic concept called the Rule of 72, which helps you determine how many years it will take you to double your money, regardless of how much money you start with. You simply take 72. Rob, wake up. It's not about you, Rob, huh? So you're asleep. Huh? Oh, the show's not on Rob today, so Rob's asleep, huh? Excuse me. Oh my God, what's huh? How about some Febreze, huh? How's that gonna do? Is that gonna wake you up, huh? How about a staple to your head? Huh? Rob? Huh? There's a fire, Rob, there's a fire. You hear the fire, Rob? Huh? You like loud noises, Rob? Huh? Rob, good morning. We're on page 0. Turn to page 0.
Chocolate muffins are hot.
I got it. Oh, hey, don't turn off the TV yet, guys. It's Friday. We're gonna watch Rob's Ranch right now.
Rob's Ranch? It's important.
Where?
Chambers, what gives? You lied to me.
I'm tired of you guys falling asleep in class. Yeah, I'm tired too, Chambers. How am I gonna get you guys to wake up? Because apparently teaching's not working. How about some music? Oh, let's go, Ricky. Ricky's awake, everybody, huh? Come on, Ricky. All right, huh? Hey, Ricky, huh? Sleeping in class, huh? Sleeping in class, huh? Huh? Hey, how you like this, huh? Yeah. That's good. That's good. That's real good. Not even one student. At least I have Max. Even though he ruins the show every morning on channel 14, he files a mean paper. You were the only one I trusted!
Respect. That's how it all is. Teachers deserve the respect, especially in every classroom situation that you live in. The common sense I have to say about this is, common sense alert. Basically, all I'm saying to you is, do not sleep in class. 8 hours a day. I don't care if you get sleepy. If you feel like you're sleeping, then just drink some caffeinated drinks. It helps out really. And don't try to think about pulling those pranks on your teacher, on your class. Basically meaning like, okay, if I sleep in, like, let me tell you, I never slept in class. The only time that I slept, sophomore year, read-write. It was December 2013. We were watching Christmas movies, and I fell asleep by accident. That was an accident, and I said to myself, don't ever do that again. And I didn't. But God forbid if I did, I would set a bad example. But the good example I'm saying for y'all is, hey, do not ever sleep in class again. Ever. Ever. Education is taken very seriously. Still to come, school lunches, dress code violations, even being sent to the principal's office. Our Flashback Friday continues a lot about dress codes, school lunches that people hate, and people just skipping class to just go get some lunch. Please don't go away. Okay, referring back to sleeping in class, if you're just joining us, we're doing a Flashback Friday Back to School Month edition. Couple schools here in South Texas have started school. To name a couple, that's London and IST starting schools this month. But for the rest of them, it's all in August. So, with that in mind, we're going to continue Back to School Month with a flashback. We're getting started Back to School Month with a Flashback Friday, referring back to every single issue we have in just 1 hour. So far, I dealt with sleeping in class. We may have talked about this one, and if we didn't, then, well, you're going to hear me talk about it on a Throwback Thursday next season. Respect. We have to respect our elders. We have to respect adults. We respect our parents. But how would you feel about disrespecting your teacher? Until you sit down and you say, no, I will not. And you're going on, soldier boy up in it, oh, watch me crank it, watch me roll, watch me crank that soldier boy, yes, Superman. The teacher goes, hey, sit down right now. And he keeps on, soldier boy up in it, oh, watch me crank it, watch me roll. Hey, watch me you. Hey, watch me you. You keep on doing that, and I'll show you a video clip in just a second after this one. Respect is an act of kindness, so please just show it in the classroom. Take a look.
So, tell me about these classroom experiences.
They come in late every day. They have their headphones on. They're wearing hoods. They don't even listen. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. I feel so weak. Guys? Can I have your attention for like 5 seconds? Okay guys, so as you know, the tickets for the spring fling are going to be on sale starting Tuesday for seniors and juniors.
2, 1. Mr. Chambers, that was more than 5 seconds.
Alright, I know we haven't done work for about a week in here, but today I'm going to have you guys get out your silent reading books from underneath your desks and start reading on page 59 right now.
Chambers, you know books are for chumps.
I haven't read since the 4th grade, so
What kind of language is this?
You know what it is.
Oh my god! Really? Oh, he asked her out! Oh my gosh, finally! Okay, so how did he do it? I'm not kidding. He bought me a car and then asked me out. On a boat! That is so exciting! I cannot believe you did that. Oh, I have to give him a chance. What if he's the one? Is he the one? I don't know. I'm not even thinking about marriage yet, but... Oh.
sick of the horseplay. We're gonna do tomorrow's lesson today. All right?
What?
So get out.
Oh, come on, guys. No.
You hear me?
Loser. Oh.
All right, guys, start copying this down. Hey, man, you know what's up, man? I told you. You know the money. You got it, bro. You got it. Sit, dog. All right, guys. 1, 2, 3. Heave! Woo! That's it. I've had enough.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Leave! What do you guys think? I'm more of a lefty or a righty?
Chambers, have you gone completely insane?
Like a fox.
I think we drove him overboard.
These kids are out of control. You guys messed with the wrong teacher today. You thought I was weak. You messed with the bull. Well, here comes the horns. Creature, it's time. Oh my God! What in the world? Oh my God, it's back! It's back! Oh my God, someone help her! Hope they allow cell phones where you're going. Alright, class, now where were we? Product service management.
Chambers, my hot pockets are ready.
Here's common sense. Respect your teachers. Respect your teachers. Do I have to raise the alarm here? I'm gonna have to. Common sense alert. Again, show respect to your teachers. Respect your teachers, and they'll respect you. If you want respect, you get respect. If someone respects me, I'm gonna respect them. If they're gonna be disrespectful to me, I'm gonna be disrespectful back. That's basically how it is. That's basically how the world works. You have to be able to sit there and say to yourself, okay, I don't like this teacher so much, but I'm gonna respect him. I mean, you may have that mean teacher that, picked on this kid, and he may pick on you. Show him or her respect. And you'll make it in this world. Respect your parents. Respect the elderly. Respect the disabled. Respect the blind people. Respect your teachers. Show respect in your classroom. Show respect in the school, period. Respect is an act of kindness. That's what they teach you in school and throughout the community. Play nice and be nice. That's how it is. I've always shown respect to a lot of teachers, and I may have gotten in trouble for being disrespectful, but we all learn either way. That was weird. You want to see? Oh, never mind about that. That's a first on this broadcast. Won't ever happen again. Coming up, cheating. A big issue we talked about here, and it's one of the subjects of our throwback and on this Flashback Friday as our Back to School Flashback Friday edition continues, part 1. Stay with us. After dealing with school-related issues, I find that cheating is one of the most dumbest things that a kid can get away with. Cheating is not the right thing to do. Cheaters never win. The only time you can cheat is on a video game. That's the only time you can cheat. The only time you can cheat. And yeah, that's the only time you can cheat. But cheating on tests and exams, schools have their rules. 0 on the test or assignment, 0 for the semester, parents to be called home. Parents to be called home. But people have to understand where cheating comes from. You can't cut corners. Take a look.
So, you know, I'm secretly a vigilante, and I just got a call about 2 kids selling a cheat sheet for today's Spanish test, so we're gonna go check that out right now. We got some suspicious looking kids right here. Let's check them out. What are the kids doing over here?
What? Nothing.
Nothing. Don't look like nothing.
over here? Yeah, you ready?
No.
Yeah, you want deck, you
What?
Just as I thought. Today's cheat sheet.
do that.
Hey! Do you have any idea what this dude's to a kid?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Don't lie to me. He can go his entire life not knowing the difference between an infinitive verb and the conjugated verb.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What else is in here, huh?
Nothing, dude. No, don't. No.
Nothing? Let's take a look.
Oh, jeez.
Get a good shot of that. That's definitely tropical fruit.
No, don't please me, bro. No.
Punk, you better learn your lesson.
Now here's a couple clips talking about cheating from the principal's office. The magic hands. Basically,
Wix gives you the
you know what that
power
means?
of AI
Cheating.
to build the website you need. With
Cheating is one of the dumbest things a kid can do, and it usually leads to the most humiliation. I'm doing some paperwork in the office, and in walks Matt with a referral for cheating. Matt, what do you have to say for yourself?
Well, really disappointed in myself, mainly because I got caught.
What happened?
We were studying for the. Sorry. I started crying to try and, make it so he feels bad for me. She was like, okay, everyone pull out your stuff, because I'm gonna do the test today. And, wasn't ready, so I wrote down 2 of the words that I were having, like, a hard time spelling.
Well, you wrote it on your hand?
Yeah.
Let me see it. 2 words.
Pretty much, yeah. I didn't even get to look at him at the point.
Explain.
Well, like, I was doing my test. I had my hand like that.
Oh, so you were like this?
Like, not like that, but like that. And I guess she thought I was cheating at the moment. And then she came over and flipped my hand and saw.
Did you know the consequences?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Let me refresh. 1, 0 on the quiz.
These weren't even on the like test. They were just extra credit bonus questions.
2, if you do it again, 0 for the semester. And thirdly, mom and dad have to be notified.
Please don't call mom. Okay? She's gonna flip out. And then... Please don't call mom.
You'll be alright? I wouldn't give you a tissue, but I'll keep them in my office. Sorry about that. Perhaps I should. Come on, suck it up. It's not that bad.
It is. I'm gonna flip out.
It's just a call home.
She's gonna be so ashamed of.
These are the consequences for cheating, Matthew. And you're gonna have to pay for what you did. Matthew, I believe you've learned your lesson. I believe that we move on from this point. You know that one more time, 0 for the course. Understood? All right, get on to class. I hope Matthew learned a lesson that you can't get ahead by cutting corners.
I'd rather not cheat again, because it really wasn't worth it. The consequences were way worse than the reward would have been, so I'll try to study a lot more.
If you're gonna take a test, don't cut corners. Here's another one.
There's nothing.
This person decides to cheat for.
Making your
This
thing
guy gets
happen.
history, gets 2 forms of the
Really
test.
great.
That he can't cheat, and yet he just sits there and lies through the principal's face. Take a look.
Pretty nervous about going to Miss Harvey's office because a few things I did that I don't want to get caught for.
Nick.
Who do you think this might be from? Do you have any ideas?
No.
You haven't done anything wrong in any of your classes?
No.
You haven't done anything?
No.
Third period math, you got a perfect 100% on your test.
I get 100 on a lot of tests.
How'd you get the answers?
I wrote them with a pencil.
What did you look at to get them?
I didn't look at anything.
I knew he was lying. I knew there was so much more to the story. So you're telling me you did not cheat?
Who else would get 100 next to me?
I don't know.
I bet no one did. There's no one around me that smart.
I'm not buying that. I'm going to call Mr. Murphy and have him come down so we can work this out.
No.
Yeah.
Well, once you call Mr. Murphy down, I pretty much knew I didn't know what else to do. I was just like...
Nick is adamant about the fact that he did not cheat. Those answers just came to him through natural phenomena.
Maybe.
Don't be shy now, because Mr. Murphy's here, Nick.
Yes, that's what I said.
You got 100% of the answers right, but for the wrong test.
Okay.
He gives out 2 forms of the test so that you all can't cheat off each other. Want to explain that?
Didn't happen.
That's very interesting, but obviously if you have all the right answers to the wrong form of the test, you must have cheated or gotten the right answer somehow from someone.
Was there anyone around me that had 100?
Absolutely. The person directly next to him had 100.
It's a coinkydink.
So you really want us to believe that it's just coincidence that you had all the right answers to the wrong test?
Yeah. I'm not wanting you to believe, I want you to know.
Enough. How did you get the answers to the other tests?
Well, hypothetically, what would be the consequences if I were to cheat?
It's a 0 on the test.
all I get is a 0 on a test. So what do we got in the first place if I didn't cheat, so...
I happened to glance over and look at this kid's answers, but he did not give me the answers and did not support my wrongdoings.
Which were,
Cheating.
this time is a 0. If it happens again, it will be an F for the course.
All right.
Okay, back to class, Nick.
All right. Mr. Murphy's pretty sneaky, having 2 versions of the test. Next time I just gotta make sure I'm cheating on the right test.
You cheating maintained. Okay. Here's the thing though, cheating is bad. Here's the last clip. Girly. If you feel girly about it, then you're not man enough to cheat. You're man enough. You're good morning. You have to be able to understand, cheating is wrong. Again, like I said before, you can't get ahead by cutting corners. If you're gonna commit fraud, don't cut corners. That's just generally how it works. I never cheat. Even if I did, I would take it on 0 like a man. And say to myself, that's what you get. You have to learn there's actually consequences. And when you're sitting in jail, and when you're sitting in jail, your mom and dad's going to teach you, you got yourself ignorant, figure out how to get yourself out. I'm not paying your fines or nothing. When you committed truancy back in the days of 2003, then you'd be going to jail. Just as simple. Unless you're feeling girly about cheating. Take a look.
Sorry, Ruff. I need Jay.
Jay?
Teacher found a cheat sheet under a student's desk. Let's see if he fesses up or makes me work for it. I'm gonna take Steve with me so he can see firsthand how we deal with students in different situations.
Well, we're gonna have a chat.
My tactic with Jay was to sit down and use the actual vocab words to get him to admit what they may or may not have done. It seems like we have a pretty contentious situation here. You look a little disheveled today.
Vocab words.
When I sat down and he started saying those words, I knew exactly what he was talking about.
Is that your cheat sheet there?
My cheat sheet, it was like the most professional cheat sheet anybody would ever see. 20 words on it, neat handwriting and everything. Can't believe I got caught.
Is there anything you'd like to profess right now?
I cheated.
Why did you cheat?
Because I didn't study.
You cheated before?
No.
So you've never not studied for a test?
Well, I have, but I didn't cheat for it.
You just took the F. You took it like a man.
Took it like a man, yeah.
Then why didn't you take this like a man?
Feeling girly at the time.
You were feeling girly.
My grades in that class are terrible. Thought I'd, give it a little boost.
Your grades are terrible. Maybe because you're not studying?
Maybe.
Well, I mean, did you give any thought to what would happen if you got caught?
No.
First offense. 0 on the assignment. And then you're subject to disciplinary action.
Like a detention, right?
Yeah, like a very long detention. Extremely long. You're gonna have the 120 detention tomorrow. Any questions?
No.
Mr. Quinn, you have any questions?
Not right now.
All right. Jay, go back to class.
You're feeling girly at the time. Again, don't cut corners. Never, ever cut corners. And even then, you want to be able to have a sailor mouth. When we return, profanity in our schools. I've often said this time and time, and I'm going to say it again when we come back. So, we got through sleeping in class. We got through respect. We got through cheating. Now we're going to focus in on foul language in our class. It's something that I've always talked about time from time again. Inappropriate language is not allowed in any school by any person, student or staff. Unacceptable. Here's a couple examples.
Here's a write-up. I don't know what it's about.
Alex was cursing loud and clear, telling a story, plus continued to curse after being told to stop. She said it 4 times.
Bad language is not supposed to be used in a school environment. It's as simple as that. Students, teachers, no one's supposed to use bad language around here.
This is ridiculous.
No.
They curse in the class constantly. I get written up for saying, oh, this has got to be the most ridiculous thing I've ever been in trouble for. It's like she's picking on me for this one. I've never even gotten yelled at for cursing.
No. Whose mouth did this come out of?
Mine.
Okay, so who's picking on? She's not picking on you.
I wasn't even talking even next to her. She just heard me.
You shouldn't say it. It shouldn't be said in the classroom. What is this?
A dictionary.
And how many words are in there, roughly?
A lot.
10,000. Well, I know that you know how to communicate without using bad language. Am I correct about that?
Yeah.
What do I say to you all the time? Think. Alex, please think. Because when you think, you're a fine young man. When you just do things sometimes, you upset yourself more than you upset anybody else. All right? I'm just going to give you 2 central office detentions. But this is the last time we have this discussion in the next 2 years. Last time we have this discussion, all right?
Gotcha.
All right, take care.
Am I ever going to curse in school again? Yeah, to tell you the truth. Yeah, in that class, probably not. I don't know.
Apparently not. Well, maybe you shouldn't. It's also not allowed in the workplace. Inappropriate language is not allowed in any workplace by any person, management, or staff. Unacceptable. Here's one more example of a sailor mouth. Basically, Jordan decides to swear in gym class. Take a look.
Seems like we're having a little problem with your gym class.
No.
Well, let me read this, then we'll talk about it. Jordan has a problem with controlling his mouth.
I love gym class.
He constantly is cursing in class. And I talked to him about it every day. He repeatedly kept cursing after he knew he was going to be written up. What's the problem, Jordan?
We were playing dodgeball yesterday, and I got out, so I said, this. I get a little bit too tense in the game. In the heat of the moment, I'm probably the most competitive person I know. I never really think about it. I just get a little bit too serious about it. Who's gonna win and who's gonna lose. Don't like to lose.
And swearing helps you not lose?
No, I just get angry.
You get angry?
Yeah.
You can't control it?
I could if I wanted to.
You could if you wanted to?
Mm-hmm.
Do you curse at home?
No.
If you're swearing in school and you're not swearing at home, it tells me one thing, that you don't respect the authority in school. If I use profanity directed at you right now, how would that make you feel?
Bad.
Bad. Is that appropriate?
No.
No. Jordan, even though I'd like to wash your mouth out with soap. Since you're not in here often, we're going to give you a nice extended detention for this, but if it happens again, you will be suspended.
Alright.
I don't think you'll ever be hearing Jordan swear on school grounds again.
Wow. That is very disrespectful. Okay, we got time for a couple cell phone videos. And this one has some heat with it. We showed this one. So we focused in on sleeping in class. We focused in on respecting our teachers. We focused in on cheating. We focused in on profanity in our schools. Now we're going to focus in on technology in our class. Basically, all about cell phones in our schools. That's the whole basic thing you get sent to the office for. Could you ever imagine being sent to the office because of a text message? Well, this student did. And what you're about to hear was just outrageous. I mean, her excuse was, I didn't text my mom. I didn't text my mom. He sent from my 9th class. So it really was all about Maury Povich. You don't believe me? Well, take a look.
Well, it seems like you didn't learn your lesson the first time.
No, I had to text my mom. I needed something for my humanities class.
Matt, I got a question for you. Who's Becca?
My best friend.
Well, it seems like she might have a little texting problem herself. Because as I was sitting here, you got a text from Rebecca.
Don't get her involved.
She's involved. But now I'm seeing that it's not just your mother, it's your friends as well.
It's just it's inevitable.
It's, excuse me?
It's inevitable. We're 17 years old.
It's inevitable.
We're teenagers. What are we supposed to do without our cell phones?
I want to know what's so important that you took time out from learning marine biology. Do you normally text each other in class?
It is kind of a boring class.
I taught marine biology.
Oops.
Does that mean I'm a boring person?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
The class kind of is if you're not interested in it. You're learning about algae, and what's algae do? It sits there. I don't care about algae.
Algae sits there.
Yeah.
You know you're breathing right now, the oxygen in the air?
Yeah.
Algae produces oxygen
red
by
algae, brown
photosynthesis.
algae, I know, but it's not very interesting.
I'm gonna call Rebecca down. I think she is in math class. Hey, Frank, do you have Rebecca? Could you please send her down to the office? Thank you very much. I can't wait to see what was so important that she needed to text you in class. If Rebecca was texting her today, obviously it's been going on in class and the teacher has not been catching it. So my motivation to try to put an end to that. So Rebecca, how's marine biology class today?
Okay.
Doing anything you shouldn't be doing?
I don't think so.
You're starting to recollect some things now?
Hello.
So what were you doing in marine biology today?
Texting Lenny.
What was so important?
We got tickets to go see Maury.
Maury Povich?
Yeah. And so I just wanted to remind Lee that we were going and how crazy we were.
Do I look amused?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Not at all. I was hoping you were going to tell me that you were texting about marine algae.
Well, I mean...
Or, photosynthesis.
Most of the time I do.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, it's not.
So let me state the facts. You're looking at not seeing your cell phone until June. You're looking at an extended detention and your mother coming in to get your cell phone, which you're going to give me right now. And you'll be serving a 90-minute detention today after school. I hope you didn't have any plans.
Anymore?
Good.
Sorry. It's not bad.
Fact versus fiction with Bath Fitter. Fiction. It's too expensive to remodel your bath. Fact with Bath.
The way this works is no phones in class, no phones in class, no phones in class, no phones in class, and no phones in class. That's basically how it is. And look, what we talked about yesterday was that the school, we talked about on Wednesday, the schools are implementing cell phone policies because of all the bullying and health problems. And this was all before, this was long before this. Here's a sequel. Here's part 2.
Okay, thanks. Send them in. Okay. No student likes it when you call their parent and bring them in and make them privy to the information of what their child is doing in school. Ms. McClure, thank you for coming in. Earlier today we had a little incident with your daughter, Rebecca. I was addressing another student about excessive cell phone use in class. While I was addressing her friend about her cell phone, it beeped, and there was a text message from Rebecca. If this does happen again, what happens then, Rebecca?
Take it for good. Okay.
If that's the worst offense my daughter's had in 17 years, I should be coming down here to get an award. I understand you got a structure, but it's not that big a deal because it's a text message. So I don't mean to be rude, but I'm not being called in again for something like this.
Every student brought a book home that was signed by a parent, acknowledging what the rules are and what the punishments are. So if that was how you felt, I guess I have an issue with addressing it now after she's got caught using your cell phone.
I understand it. I mean, you can't have it interrupt school.
But the moral of the story is, Rebecca, not to text in class.
Shut
Kid, so I don't expect to be sitting with you and your mother again regarding this issue.
Have my phone back?
Your mother can have your phone back. And if she decides to give it to you, that's her prerogative.
Thank you.
Okay. The other moral of the story is, if schools have cell phone policies, you need to do your best to follow them to the letter. Just that simple. It is just that simple. So we dealt with, here's what we dealt with. We dealt with texting in class, we dealt with cell phone use in school. We dealt with cheating. We dealt with respect. We dealt with sleeping in class. When we come back, dress codes and school lunches. Alright, closed campus basically means no one leaves school at any time during the school day. Now, if you live in the Falmouth School District, you may have realized that there's a Domino's and a taco stand just right across the street from the district, from the school. And the school wants so much, they decided to just go over across the street and get some pizza and get some tacos. That's what closed campus is all about. Don't leave campus during the school day. But for these two students that you're about to see, they left school and got nothing in return by spending money.
So, how'd you get McDonald's?
A friend bought it for me.
Okay. Who was the friend?
Don't tell you that.
You can either tell me how all of this came about, or I can run video back and I can figure it out for myself. Now, the more work I put into it, the more different the consequence is going to be.
I don't think we should be in trouble because, I mean, we was trying to get something, we was hungry.
Tell me what drives you to this.
I don't got no food.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big girl. I want to eat like some fried chicken, red beans, snake bowls, shrimps. I'm sorry, but it's just the hell but if y'all get some, food here, I'll stay. I'm big, I want to eat. I want to get some McDonald's, some A&W, some Long John Silver, some something. I want no salad, no dressing. That's nasty. I want to eat that. And then the milk, it don't taste right.
As a result of your bringing food on campus illegally, you just gave me lunch.
I don't think that's right, because I want my food myself. Because if you're going to eat my food, you're going to pay me $6.
I don't think I necessarily want the French fries, but the fish, yeah, that will work.
I'm hungry. He ain't take my food like that. She paid for that, and I wanted to eat it.
Now, I'm going to assign both of you to Saturday school for the next 2 Saturdays. Ladies, to class.
Hey, can I have this?
That's fine.
Thanks.
I knew that taking their food would teach them a lesson because 1, they spent money and they got nothing in return. 2, I figured they'd be just a little bit hungry. Peace.
It's her fault that we got caught, so I think Om should take all the blame and not me. Whatever. I'm about to punch you in your face. Do it.
Okay. Okay. I'm hungry. I want to eat some McDonald's, some Whataburger, some A&W, Long John Silver. That's how school lunch is. And even, here's another one. No one's allowed to leave campus to go to lunch in town. So that's why it's called Coast Campus for a reason. Look at this one.
All right. What'd I do this time?
Well, what do you think you did?
I'm not gonna guess.
You're not gonna guess?
No, I don't want to guess wrong.
Do you think you've done more than one thing wrong?
I don't want to guess something that y'all don't know about.
Chrissy doesn't hide the truth. If you ask her a direct question, she will give you a direct answer. You started to leave campus to go to the grocery store.
Correct.
Correct, okay. Well, just tell me what happened, honey.
I was gonna go get some food. The lunch food's disgusting. Like they make us. They serve like it looks like cat food, literally. Like they serve nachos with the meat, and it looks like cat food. Like something I wouldn't even feed my cat, though.
You know you're not supposed to do that, correct?
You should have somewhere where someone can sign something so you know who's leaving and who's not. Cause I'd be totally down for that.
That means everybody's going to run to their cars
Right.
and get to the food places, and that's a safety issue for us. We don't want anybody hurt. Have you eaten cafeteria food before?
Yeah.
You have? Okay.
And I didn't come to school for a couple
so
of
we're
days
clear.
because I was so sick.
Okay, so we're clear. Yes, sir, instead of yeah, okay?
Yes,
All right,
sir.
thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you have eaten and you couldn't come to school for a couple of days because you were sick?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And you're certain it was cafeteria food that made you sick?
I didn't eat anything else. I had to stay home for a couple of days, and I couldn't even figure out what it was. And I thought, what did I eat? Cafeteria food. Ding ding, light bulb. So I stopped eating it ever since. I'd rather starve than eat cafeteria food.
But you eat at home?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do.
What we're gonna do?
We'll let you work in the cafeteria to see what goes on. How's that sound?
I'm not gonna fix cat food for everybody.
You can just help them in the cafeteria and see what they do and see how they do it with what they have to work with. Is that good with you?
Not really, but okay.
Okay, well, we'll do it anyway because I think you'll find a whole new appreciation for what goes on. Maybe not. Maybe not.
It's gonna be interesting.
It sounds very interesting to me. Let's try it and see.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. But I want an assurance from you that you're not going to leave campus again.
Scouts honor.
Scouts honor? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. Don't leave campus again, okay?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Go to class, baby. I don't think she'll leave campus to eat again.
Bye.
Bye-bye. If she tells you she won't, I believe her, and I don't think she will.
I'm not gonna skip lunch again, but I'm still not gonna eat the cafeteria food because it's gross. It disgusts me. I think I'm gonna puke right now, actually thinking about it.
Alrighty. It's like we've been talking about. Okay, I get it. Here's the common sense. With technology nowadays, students use living apps like DoorDash, Favorite, Grubhub, etc. This one here, what I commented on 4 years ago. The lesson to be learned here is if you eat lunch at home, you bring a lunch from home in a lunch box. When I was a kid, when I was growing up, we never had these delivery apps. We never had DoorDash, Grubhub, Favor, Uber Eats, whatever. If we didn't eat the school lunch, then we had to bring a lunch box from home. Just a little lunch box for lunch. Yes, very true. It's just how it is. I get all these people. They get in their cars to go to the food places. But here's the thing though. Especially the worst ever. Here's one of my favorite stories. The cold plate.
Gives you the power of AI to build the website you need. With full business.
Only.
Take a look at this mom's story.
All meets their guidelines.
So tell me about your school lunch.
Crystal Skinner had lunch with her third grade son at school, but was stunned when his neighbor opened his plate.
I asked my son, I said, what is that he's eating? And he's like, that's the cold plate, Mom. And I said, is that all you get on a cold plate?
A lunch her own son admitted to eating up to 3 days a week. Her first thought?
Where's the rest of your food?
USDA guidelines sets out that you're to offer a half a cup of fruit, half a cup of vegetables, a half a cup of grain, a whole cup of meat, and a cup of milk or juice.
Coweta Public Schools Director of Nutrition explained their guidelines.
So they could take a fruit, a milk, and a juice, and it'd be 3 out of the 5 and still qualify as a reimbursable meal.
We sent the picture of this lunch to registered dietitian Dr. Jennifer Jackson. She said Cheez-Its is not an acceptable whole grain component since the ingredient is wheat flour and not whole grain. However, she went on to say that yogurt is an acceptable meat alternative. Looking at this picture, you have the grain, a vegetable, and a fruit. But wait a minute. The box of raisins in the picture is only 1 ounce. To get a full half-cup serving of fruit, the school would have to put 4 boxes of raisins in the plate.
I just don't think they're putting enough time and effort into what they're actually serving the kids. Like, they're just trying to follow the guidelines and just throwing stuff in there.
Coweta Public Schools stands by their claim that the lunches meet regulations, something Skinner doesn't argue with, but wishes something could be done.
I was unaware that this was going on at the school, so that's what hurt me, because if I knew, I would have been sending a lunch to school with him every day.
In Coweta, Travis Guillory, 2 Works for You.
And it's best to do your research beforehand. Here's another one of my favorite stories from the school lunch era. A story about burnt lunches.
Wix
basically
gives you the power of
disgusting
AI
for
to build the
students to
website you
eat.
need.
Zach?
You'll hear from the suspended. You're going to hear from the suspended employee, and you'll be seeing letters and pictures, and you're going to hear from the superintendent. Here's Melissa Hippolyte.
They're awful.
Pictures of burnt pizzas and something so charred it is hard to identify filled Beth Paulette's camera roll.
What is that? Those are the ribs, supposedly.
Paulette says her sons first showed her the pictures of the cafeteria food at King and Queen Central High School on Monday, and other students confirmed their story.
It just looked so unappetizing. I could not even bring myself to even try it at all.
We brought those concerns to Superintendent Dr. Stanley Jones, who was out of town but spoke to us over the phone.
Would you want the children here eating food that looked like that? Or being served food that looked like that?
Jones admitted there is a problem and confirmed the head of food services for the entire school system was suspended a couple of weeks ago.
If an employee is suspended, generally going to be related to performance.
I have an email that But we talked to that suspended employee, Suzanne Gilbertson, and she says none of this is her fault.
My cafeteria employees have always been told if you're not going to eat it, don't serve it to the students.
Gilbertson says the superintendent put someone in charge of the high school's cafeteria a few months ago, and she says that person is not properly trained. On top of that, Gilbertson says these emails show that she reached out to Dr. Jones about the issue, but she was told she did not have any authority over the new manager.
I was advised that these employees, they don't report to me as they report to human resources and to the superintendent.
Now, the superintendent also told me he expects his food services employees to work together as a team, and if they did, this issue wouldn't exist. He said he would address the overcooked food with his staff immediately. As for Gilbertson, she plans to address the school board with her concerns at their next board meeting. Working for you tonight, I'm Melissa Hippolyte for CBS 6.
Okay. I mean, it's unappetizing, it's unappetizing. Alright. Now to the cream of the crop. The dress codes. Basically, yeah, this is like the Joker to the Batman. Greatest hits. The Greatest Hits edition. Okay, too short. Okay, you're suspended.
Nothing more powerful than you. Making your thing happen. Really go.
Look at this shirt tonight. It is at the center of a controversy. A straight A high school student says
this.
Now she could be expelled.
And I'll never wear a shirt. I'll never wear a shirt.
Summer knew when she wore that shirt to Hickory Ridge High.
I had it right here, so the tops of my shoulders.
She could be violating the dress code.
It's usually taken really seriously.
The school makes it clear off-the-shoulder tops are not allowed, and the principal came to enforce it in the cafeteria.
She came up to me, she said, "Do you have a jacket?" I said, "No, I don't."
A friend gave Summer one of hers. She thought that was the end of it.
And then I, pulled it up, pulled the jacket over, it zipped up the jacket.
But Summer says the principal wasn't satisfied, ordered her to go to the office to change. The honor roll senior has had issues with the principal before, to the point where her mother had to get involved.
I said, "I apologize, but I can't go anywhere with you unless my mom is on the phone."
So Summer sat and waited for her mom's call. That's when Summer says the principal called the SRO for backup.
Officer Elwood was within 5 feet of me, had his hand on his gun. She said, "I'm going to give you an ultimatum. We have tried to call your mother. You either come with me to the control room to change your shirt, or we will arrest you."
Summer's mom would eventually call back, so she agreed to go to the office. But by then it was too late. The senior with a 4.4 GPA, suspended for 10 days, told she can't walk at graduation.
A full ride means so much, and that is on the line right now.
Her future possibly stripped, all because of a shirt. Summer says it's a lot to shoulder.
It's just sad because I worked so hard for 4 years to walk across that stage, and we have drug dealers walking across that stage, and we have sex offenders walking across that stage, and then the 4.4 student who shoulders can't.
So this is the official suspension letter, and you can see right here the reason for her suspension, technically not the dress code violation, but rather insubordination. It goes on to say that Summer didn't listen, she denied that her shirt was ever a problem. Her mother, though, says she plans on appealing. Reporting live at Hickory Ridge High, I'm Tanya Mendes, NBC Charlotte.
I would have been in this mom's shoes and say, "Hey, pick out a different outfit."
There's nothing more powerful than you. Making your thing happen. Really going for
Here's
it.
another one.
This is Chicago's very own WGN Evening News at 5.
Well, this whole thing really blew up on social media after the first day of school yesterday. These parents are upset, saying these girls are being shamed for wearing clothing they feel is modest and appropriate, that they say even teachers are wearing.
I've never had issues with my shoulders being out before, and I also had, it was like an across the shirt where like I had cuffs here, and then it was just this part that was out. So I was told that that was the issue.
Chloe Lynch is wearing a hooded sweatshirt today after she says she, along with dozens of other girls at Glenbard East High School, were told they were violating the school's dress code policy during lunch yesterday.
I guess they have a podium in the lunchroom that they sit at, and they announced that they had these lovely new shirts, and they were going to be dress code violating anybody they felt wasn't appropriately dressed. He said it was kind of in a mocking manner.
This is one of the orange t-shirts a female dean made the girls put on. Girls who were wearing tank tops like this, shirts like this, and even this.
I was told that I should cover up because boys were looking at me.
The school's dress code does say clothing considered to be revealing and does not adequately cover the front, back, side, shoulders, or midriff is prohibited on males and females. Parents say when it comes to girls' shoulders showing, it's never been enforced before.
This isn't like years past. This is a totally different year. What my daughter was able to wear last year, she would get dress coded for this year, and there was no warning. So I think that they handled it really poorly.
It made me feel very much so discriminated against in terms of gender, because it was clear there were boys that were wearing tank tops, they were wearing muscle tees where it was not just their shoulders being shown.
One mom sent us these photos of the school's dance team uniforms sanctioned and handed out by Glenbard East. It's all got parents and students confused and upset, even some of the boys.
I feel bad for the girls, and I believe in general it's a sexist policy. The idea that, for one, women can't wear what they want just because, I mean, I wasn't dress coded today and I've been like this all day. And just the idea that men are all pigs who are looking at women throughout the whole day is just such a sexist message that we really shouldn't be perpetuating.
In protest, some boys wore tank tops with these stickers on their shoulders today. After we reached out to the school, the district says we enforce the dress code policy with the boys and girls equally. Regarding social media, many people didn't have the facts. We continue to work tirelessly to educate all students while maintaining a safe and productive learning environment.
I think the way it was handled was very inappropriate, and it made students feel uncomfortable. It made them feel sexualized, and I think that was wrong.
The district spokesperson says it was less than 10 girls who were asked to wear these shirts, but Chloe, the student we interviewed, said at the end of the day when she went to the dean's office to retrieve her original shirt and get her student ID back, that she saw at least 20 other girls waiting in line with her, and that the dean had a stack of student ID cards about this thick of other girls who were waiting for their clothes. Live in Lombard, Dana Rebick, WGN News.
Okay. All right. Here's one
Look
more.
at this shirt.
Here's one more. 100 suspensions were handed out, and no one did a damn thing. No one did a damn thing until it was too late.
More than 100 suspensions handed out there at Wilby High School in Waterbury. They were handed out last Friday for dress code violations, but we've learned that the school just acted too fast.
News 8's LaSalle Blanks explained.
The big lesson at Wilby High School these days, pay attention to the dress code or you'll end up like these students and more than 100 others who were suspended last Friday.
They stopped me in the hallway, they rolled me up, told me to go to the office, and that's where I got suspended. But which wasn't fair.
Michael and his friend, who was also suspended, were surprised.
They weren't the only ones who were surprised. So were members of the Waterbury Board of Education, and they wrote the policy. Listen to their reaction when News 8 asked them about all these suspensions.
I was shocked. Bob Brenker is the chief operating officer for the Waterbury Public School District. He agrees with Michael because he says Michael and other students should not have automatically been suspended, according to the Board of Education dress code policy guidelines written in July of 2005.
We didn't follow the 4 steps that are right in this policy.
Those state that if it's a student's first offense, that student should get a written warning, not a suspension. The second offense is a detention. A 1-day suspension doesn't come until the 4th time a student violates the dress code. Many students wish.
And honestly, this whole dress code, I feel like it should just go away.
Brenker disagrees with that. He says the board believes dress codes enhance the learning environment in schools. He just says the principal may have handed out many of the suspensions too soon, in violation of the board's own policy.
We didn't follow our own policy. As adults, we should follow our policy too. So now we've taught students that if they do something wrong, it's okay, they'll be disciplined for it. But what happens to the adults, the people that do the suspensions? We should know better.
In Waterbury, LaSalle Blanks, News 8.
They should do better. Retrain them. Suspend them. Take a look at this one. 150 students suspended for dress code violations. This is all caught on video.
Now a lot of learning, not a lot of learning at all really going on at Duncanville High School today. That's at least for more than 150 kids who violated the dress code and were immediately suspended. A student posted this video right here to Instagram around the time the kids found out they were being sent home after all. Duncanville High School has that same no tolerance dress code policy, and they've had it for over a decade. So what led to today's mass suspensions? Channel's David Schechter talked to students and administrators. He's joining us from Duncanville High School. So what gives?
Shelley, it's pretty obvious, as you saw, the situation here got completely out of control at Duncanville High School. So who's to blame? Well, the kids, as kids will sometimes do, point to the administration. They say the administration went overboard today in enforcing their dress code policy. But we spoke with the principal earlier, and he said some good kids here made some bad decisions. Duncanville High, as you mentioned, has a strict dress code policy. About 170 kids were removed from school today for those infractions. That led to the wild scene captured on Instagram. You can hear the kids booing and yelling, and then it ends with a trash can being thrown. Students say they felt blindsided and that the dress code had not been enforced all year. Despite the loss of control, the principal, Andre Smith, told me he is defending the way things went down. Do you think the administration lost control today?
I don't know. We didn't lose control. Our students chose to make, some of our good kids chose to make bad choices.
Right. I'm looking at the video from, I guess it was in this foyer area. It looked like it was completely out of control.
I don't know, completely out of control is the right answer, is what I would say. Again, some of our students chose to make the bad.
Well, how would you describe what we see on that video?
I would describe it as students choosing to make bad choices. That's what I would describe it as.
And you don't take responsibility for losing control of that space?
Losing control. You say losing control.
I saw someone throwing a trash can. If I was a teacher in that room, from what I saw, I would be fearful.
Well, that student chose to make a bad choice. And that student chose to not follow the rules and policies and procedures of Duncanville High School, Duncanville ISD.
Now, Principal Smith says an unspecified number of the students that were suspended were actually allowed to come back after they had fixed their infractions. They could come back to school, and that dress code had been enforced at least 3 or 4 times during the school year. This is the second time that Duncanville High School has made the news over its dress code. In 2003, 700 students were suspended for dress code violations. Reporting live from Duncanville, David Schechter, Channel 8 News.
That would have been over 800 kids getting suspended. Take a look.
Wix gives you the power of AI to build the website you need.
Tonight, a St. Pete honor student and her family are speaking out about a school dress code policy they say is way too outfit. The school says was just too risque. Alex?
We've got a picture of it right here. Many of you told us on Facebook you can't believe this shirt caused such a stir, but this week it almost sent a teen here at Northeast High to detention. It was picture day at Northeast High. Hannah Helms, a junior this year, wanted to wear something bright, something cute. So Hannah's stepmom helped her pick out this.
It's long sleeve, button down, cute little color, not really wild and crazy.
Her first period teacher agreed, but Hannah says by the time she got to 6th period, she was sent out of class for violating school dress code.
The person at the front desk said that the shirt was inappropriate because you could see through it and you could see skin.
Hannah says she was handed a detention, missed her school picture, and was forced to wear a sweatshirt the rest of the day. According to school dress code, see-through clothing may only be worn over clothes that meet school requirements, and turns out showing shoulders is against the rules.
I thought it was a joke. I mean, I was like, serious, this is ridiculous.
Her dad agreed, but he went a step further, reaching out to both the school principal and the school superintendent.
They go on a record, which, over something we picked out.
But since Hannah had never been in trouble before, her detention ended up getting dropped, and she was left with a warning. That and a shirt she'll never get to wear to school again, at least till college, of course. We did reach out to the school district here in Pinellas County, and they say they stand behind their school's dress code, saying both parents and students must sign off that they agree with the rules at the beginning of the school year. Reporting live in St. Petersburg, Alex Thompson, ABC Action News.
Wow. We will be right back. Finally this evening, suspension from schools. Look, we all want our kids to shine bright. When kids get suspended from school, it's probably one of the most dumbest reasons ever. So this first one was a creative haircut. So this 12-year-old in San Antonio decided to have Matt Bonner, NBA star, drawn on the back of his head. I mean, if you look at it, it's a creative. If you look at that picture, it was a creative haircut. But he was given an in-school suspension for violating the school's dress code, and he had to shave his head bald to come back to school. But it turned out well for the kid. Matt Bonner was so flattered by Gonzalez's devotion, he called it the nicest thing Fed has ever done, and sent him to the school with playoff tickets and autographed swag, t-shirts. The next one is just hugging a friend. Like PDA policies, outside holding hands. Who in the student was suspended for hugging in order to prevent harassment? Next one, T-bone. A group of high school, 44 students got caught doing a T-bone test. It was just 4 of them, but what happened was 40 other people joining this, and they got suspended because they're causing a traffic jam. I don't know what's crazier. The people so obsessed with T-bone and the fact these kids got suspended for doing it. This next one is all about a kid who was saying, "I'm sexy and I know it" to this kid in his lunch line. He was suspended for sexual harassment. He's 6. Go look at that body. He said, he was singing a song "Sexy and I know." He's like, "Girl, look at that body" to a classmate in the school lunch line. It was promptly suspended for sexual harassment. While the lyrics were inappropriate for the boy to be singing, it's hard to blame him for being familiar with the track. The roll-ons featured in an M&M's commercial and Sesame Street. Next was growing hair for charity. A 17-year-old was suspended for growing hair too behind midges for violating the school's dress code. Dumbest reason ever. Holding a door. It's chivalry. You hold the door and you would get suspended for it. Dumb, dumb, dumb. The adult got their hands full. It's like, thank you, 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 thank you. And finally, this one was popular. A 6-year-old, this 9-year-old student in North Carolina was suspended for sexual harassment for calling his teacher cute. All he said was, "Miss Taylor is cute. Miss Taylor is cute." The school later apologized and forced the principal to retire. That's basically all it is, but we would show more, but we are now out of time. Well, we're going to continue this. We're going to continue looking into we're going to continue our Flashback Friday on Saturday by looking into more looking at more school-related issues from being arrested at school. Looking at a couple more. Being arrested at school, zero tolerances, and a very special treat. And a very special treat. Here's a preview.
Unstoppable special. What's going on in America's schools?
They're not learning anything. It's insane.
Kids fail to make the grade because their schools fail them.
My son is now 18 and he is not reading.
Tonight, stop kidding yourself about your child's school.
The people in the suburbs say our schools are great, but they're not.
So what do schools really need?
We just need a little more money. That is the biggest lie in America.
Is the real problem bad teachers?
You prove I'm a bad teacher. If you can't prove it,
Don't try it.
And we hate to compare, but why can't kids here keep up with students over there?
If the kids in America couldn't do this, they're really students.
The failures, the successes.
Learning should be fun.
We'll teach you a thing or two about being stupid in America. How we cheat our kids.
How we cheat our kids. That's on part 2 of our Flashback Friday Back to School edition. So let's give a break for now. Join all of us on YouTube next time for another edition. Give me a break. Stop bullying, speak up. Concentration, not strength. No jaywalking. Good night.